welcome to vlog number 14. 14! That's pretty cool. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Simon Barry. I am a serial tech entrepreneur. I also like cereal. I live near London and I love to help out people. I mentor, I do all sorts of amazing stuff. So I'm involved in the vlog every day in August, Amy Schmittauer challenge, which means I have an interesting subject every day in which I'd love to talk to you about. So today is all about books. My favourite book. What's your favourite book? What is your favourite book? So I'm going to go through some of the books that I like and I shall show you some of them. So some interesting reading books. They aren't particularly business books, but I'll show you anyway. So this one is called Snow Crash by a man called Neil Stevenson. And someone introduced me to this book and basically said it's one of these amazing reads. So without spoiling the plot too much, if you like virtual reality, if you like pizza delivery, and you like crazy, mind-bending kind of plot storylines, then this is the book for you. I've probably read it about 7 or 8 times over the last decade. It is absolutely awesome. Sword fighting, computer graphics, computer games, mad pizza delivery, Snow Crash. Highly recommended. This next book would be probably my favourite book of all time. Ta-da! Only Ford has a slightly bumpy cover. It's by someone called Michael Marshall Smith, who's probably more famous for writing all these kind of crime or murder mystery novels now. Michael Marshall Smith, ex-BBC screenwriter, one of his earlier books. And this, ladies and gentlemen, was one of the books that I can only describe as something that kind of messed with my brain. In a good way, not in a bad way. And a book that does that, I think, gets a big thumbs up from me, because a book that can change your perception, can get you thinking about different realities and different things, is awesome. Again, I'm not going to spoil the storyline, but the character in this book figures out a way to go inside people's dreams. Kind of Inception before Inception. There's also some crazy things. There's a cat district just full of cats, and nobody's looking after them. There's an area called Colour, where when you walk down the streets, the actual colours of the buildings and the lampposts and the pavements change to match your attire. I think that's pretty cool. There's some crazy ideas in this book. It's genuinely a page turner. I would recommend it. So, business books. My next 3 are all by the same author. The 4-hour working week. Now, this is by someone called Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss, RRSS, which I think is how he likes to describe himself. This book I read quite young, and it got me really thinking, not necessarily about how to squeeze what I do into 4 hours, because that's clearly ridiculous, but it got me to think about doing business in a different way. Outsourcing work, working with virtual assistants, batching systems, working in a different way. And it actually, from a business point, it shifted my mindset. And it's one of these books that's full of fabulous resources, and it's one of them that you come back to. So he talks about having your muse, you know, the thing that really gets you going, kind of your purpose that you can build into maybe a side business or a side hustle. And, you know, if you don't know about Tim Ferriss, he's an awesome guy. He does a lot of hacking in terms of not only business, but his body as well. Which brings me neatly onto the next book. The 4-Hour Body. There is a pattern emerging here, isn't there, ladies and gentlemen? Now this, again, by Mr. Tim Ferriss. Uncommon Guide to Rapid Fat Loss, Incredible Sex. Beware. And Becoming Superhuman. Now, what's interesting is this book is huge. Look at that. And it has some interesting techniques. It's not one you read page to page. It's one you dip into and get some great techniques. And some people have been amazingly successful in terms of improving their memory or losing weight or having fantastic looking, no doubt. So it's a good read. And my last book, it's called Tools of Titans, and by this author called Tim Ferriss. Have you heard of him? I have a bit of a Tim Ferriss obsession. Now, tactics, routines and habits of billionaires, icons and world-class performers. So, again, an amazing book. Again, a huge thick book. You're getting a lot of value in this book, but it isn't a book that you go through and read cover to cover. Because it's divided into chapters based on who is doing them, and there are sports stars, and there are billionaires, and there are absolute geniuses and poker players, and people who really excelled themselves and gone forward. It is a book that I'd recommend you dip into. But again, you know, in this life, especially in business, especially in your personal life, being able to learn from others, being able to take some wisdom from other people, and being able to take that forward, I think is really, really good. So I probably should have recommended one book. I ended up recommending about 6. I kind of mix my reading between fiction and non-fiction. I think it's good to mix those up. I think sometimes people bog themselves down by reading far too many business books, and then end up not kind of getting out of their zone. And I've been mentoring someone this morning, and we were talking about things like burnout, things like that. So don't burn yourself out. Take some time out, guys, and enjoy. So, my name was Simon Barry. It has been lovely to meet you again on this vlog. That was vlog number 14. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're going to read some of these books. I'd be interested in what books you have as well, so please comment below if there's any book recommendations that you have. I'd certainly enjoy reading a lot, especially about history or art or culture, but also business and science fiction, things like that. So if you do like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, please give me a comment below and tell me how I can improve, because I'm trying to push daily content out there. It's a bit more rough around the edges, but I'm trying my best. And I would appreciate a subscription. I would appreciate you hitting that bell in the corner, because that is important, so that whenever I come up with a new video, you get fresh, new content right to your notification center, whatever it is. And if you're on Facebook, please give me a like, a heart, and please let me know what you think, guys. So until the next vlog, bye-bye.